Hello everyone, on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, welcome to Mindalia live streaming. And I want to tell you that today we are going to be enjoying the company of Lucy Basso. She is a psychic medium Reiki practitioner, and the conference that is about to start has been named Welcome the Angels into Your Life. Before starting with Lucy Basso, I just want to remind you that Mindalia is an international non-profit organization, and if you want to collaborate with us, you can do it in very simple ways. You can just like, subscribe, follow us. Every time you interact with us in the different social media and platforms, you help us reach one more person in the planet. Having said that, it is my great pleasure to leave you now with Lucy Basso. Lucy, welcome to Mindalia. The screen is all yours.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Lucy Basso. I want to thank first Myrna for having me here today because you guys reached out and I'm honored to be on Mindalia. I understand that you guys are a really large organization, especially in the Spanish culture. So thank you to everyone who's logging in. This is the English version, so I hope I can motivate or encourage some of you for being on here today. So thank you. And thank you to my followers as well, too, who are pumped up and excited to join us here live right now. So I'm excited to get into it. I know you guys have heard me talk many, many times about the angels, but we're going to share it on this platform. And so I am looking forward to it. So I was asked what I wanted to talk about on here, and I figured, well, what better do I know is the angels? And so I know the angels. I'm not going to get into too much in depth about the angels just because I don't want to bore you guys anyways. But I would say with the angels, they have literally changed my life to the point where I now own a wellness center in Canada, Mississauga, Ontario. It's called Welcome Angels Wellness Center Incorporated. I am what you would call a psychic, a medium. I'm a Reiki master, spiritual teacher. I do past life regressions, and I've done many child-related spiritual readings as well too. My background has been an early childhood educator for over 20 years. And so I have committed to assisting many families who have spiritually gifted children. And so here at my wellness center, we do a lot of workshops, we do a lot of events. I do a lot of channeled meditations as well too, which are very healing, which do involve many of the angels as well, guardian angels. And so I'm really pumped to be here this afternoon. I'm excited. We are going to talk a little bit about some of the angels that I like to use. So the first thing, and I get this all the time, is where I had people say to me, Lucy, like, I don't know how to ask the angels. What do I do? What do I say? And so I do teach a lot of classes as well too. And in the classes, we go a little bit more in depth. Obviously, I don't have much time to go as in depth. But for the moment now, the best thing that I can recommend to you guys is if you don't know what the angels are or how they can help your life, you know, their purpose and whatnot, the first step I would suggest to you is just to ask. And all you have to do, and sometimes people are like, Lucy, what angel can help with this? And we'll get into that a little bit as well too. But the most important thing is just to ask and be open to receive. And when we put the energy out there that we need assistance, and we have many angels, we have, you know, our guardian angels, and many of us have a minimum of 2 guardian angels. And sometimes we have guardian angels that will be in our life for a period of time, and they can be in our life for, you know, sometimes for a decade of our time, and then, you know, as you get older, there's more responsibilities. Maybe you're going through something traumatic, or, you know, death in a family or whatnot, or sickness. Then sometimes we can bring in more guardian angels to assist us. So we have our own like personal assistants. Yes, we don't always see them and they are invisible, but there are many ways to know when your guardian angels are around as well too. And so the first step I say is just ask them to present themselves to you, ask them to guide you, to assist you, and then be open to receive. The thing I find is a lot of people give up right away and they're like, oh, you know, I want my guardian angel to be there. I want them to give me this specific sign or this specific. I don't really tell my angels how to do their job, as they don't tell me how to do my job. I ask for, you know, can you help with sickness with this client or a family member, or whether it be sickness within myself. I ask for assistance and I leave it up to them to figure out, because in the end, God is the one really who knows how to handle. And if it is meant heal people or to help with whatever the situation is. But I have learned to, just ask. And so, many years ago in my life, before I really, and I've always been spiritual, and I've always had a strong connection with God and faith. My religious background is, I come from the Catholic background, Catholic faith. However, through my studies, I've studied various religions. And the one thing that always has stuck with me is the angels. They've always been there, even though I've had worked with saints as well too when I do any channeling, or even some Hindu religious figures as well too. I've worked with them. I always find that the angels have a very strong connection with me, and hence why, like, I've studied so much. I teach so many people as well too, just to begin by welcome them in. So again, the first thing we want to do is ask the angels to help us with whatever it is that we need assistance with. Again, not telling them how to do their job, but to be open to receive any downloaded information that comes to us. And so I find, when I'm doing a session, and so I do angel oracle card readings with my clients, because I'm a medium as well too. I can obviously connect with the angels, guardian angels, my clients' guardian angels, their departed loved ones as well too. Sometimes their angels will pretty much talk to my angels and say, hey, this is what we need them to start looking into to better their lives, whether it be, eating differently, meditating, praying more, changing your thoughts, getting your body physically, spiritually, mentally prepared. They're angels. They're here with me. They're asking, like, how can I change my destiny or my life or manifest for whatever that is that they're manifesting. The first step is I do teach them, ask your angels. You need to ask. And so we have to be open to the information that comes to us, and then be open to doing what we can, which is in a time frame that works for us. Because sometimes, and it's, to be honest with you guys, my angels will tell me, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this and this. And I'm like looking at them like, well, I don't know how I'm going to do any of that right now. So I focus on what I can focus on the moment. So if they're like, Lucy, you've had too much sugar this month, I have to hear them and say, okay, I recognize that you're telling me, you're making me feel I've had too much sugar, because maybe the next time I eat sugar, I feel sick. And I'm like, well, why am I feeling that? And then I hear them clear as day say to me, too much, Lucy. So I say, okay, so I have to understand that maybe I have to detox a little bit from the sugar. So maybe I fast, maybe I decide to get more organic fruits and vegetables. I clean out my cupboards. I change things around. So that's maybe one of the first steps that I do. Sometimes your angel's like, ooh, she's listening. So we're going to tell her everything that she's got to focus on. And again, we start with the simple basic. And even when I have my clients that come in, we start with the simple basic things that they can do to get them in a good place where they're making that connection with their angels. So the first step is to ask. Next step is to be patient, because right away we want answers right away, especially when I have clients that come in, they want to know, when's this going to happen? How is that going to happen? Who's going to be supporting me? Who do I need to watch out for? It is ask and be patient. Be patient with the information that comes to us as well too. So we're going to be patient at that time, and we're going to be open to receiving signs as well too. When our vibrational auric field, okay, that's the aura within and around us, when it is vibing high, we will hear the angels, we will see them, whether we see them physically with our mind's eye, whether we see them mentally with our mind's eye, or physically, like you see an actual angel. We are able to be more in tune when our vibration is high. So I do explain to the angels, do your best to help my clients or help them have a connection with you once they leave me, because I don't want them to feel like I'm the only source connection for them to connecting with their angels. So usually shortly after I'm had a session with someone, they'll get a specific sign. So I'll just go over like some of the signs that I have just kind of quickly remembered and gone through. So some of the signs that people get, and this is one of my most common ones, especially when I do like large group events where I'm connecting to departed loved ones and angels, I get like goosebumps through my body. And the goosebumps that comes through my body, sometimes it'll come from the top of my head all the way down my arms, down my legs, and it's like, it's like very strong. And my clients too can see it, like, oh my God, like, wow, look at her hair and her arms are like growing. And then I joke around saying, I got to shave my legs again now because of these guys. So, our angels will give us specific signs like the goosebumps, and sometimes we get tingling. I find sometimes I get a tingle right at the top of my head. It's almost like a tingle energy that is pulling my head up. And that's another way that my angels will be like, hey, we're here, you know. Another form of knowing they're around is like a comforting feeling. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain, but like almost like an energetic hug. Like you feel safe, you feel calm, you feel like, you know, no matter what craziness is going on, whether it be in this area, in the world, or whatever, I feel like an energetic bubble, just protecting me. And that's my guardian angel's way of saying, you're okay. Like, don't worry. The chaos is always going to be there. The stuff going on in the world is always going to be there, but you're okay. One of the most popular signs that you could receive from your angels is feathers. I get this all the time. Yes, departed loved ones give feathers as well too, but the most popular I find is, you know, something on my lip here. The most popular I find is the feathers. So sometimes you'll find like little feathers, big feathers, different color feathers as well too. The best is when I do a session with someone, they tell me, oh, you know, they tell them they're going to receive feathers as a sign. And so what I usually do is I tell them, you know, they're going to give you a feather, and it really happens sometimes soon as after they leave, just to let them know, like, this was real. You were connecting with the angels, and I'm just the messenger in between. I'm the medium in between who's relaying your guardian angels information, messages, signs, whatever. And so the more open you are, the sooner you can get your signs. Sometimes we get like little nudges. It's just like a little push to get going. Sometimes it's hard to make little decisions, even life big decisions. So, you know, when you ask your angels, give me some guidance, help me get through this, give me a little push, they will. And so sometimes they will bring people into your life that will help you. Like I just posted on my Instagram page that I have a friend who's a personal trainer. I know who I am. When I was looking for needing assistance to work out, I asked the angels to bring someone to my life that would connect with me, that would work well with my energy to help me get motivated and to exercise. So, you know, I've made friends with her. She came as a client first and then became my personal trainer. She's been my personal trainer for many years. And we just work well together. And so we've become friends over time. And she's very spiritually in tune as well, too. And she gets signs. And so this is where I've asked for it, and it comes, but it doesn't always come exactly when we want it. But it's a matter of being patient, but putting the call out there. The other thing is people will find coins. And I'll give you a coin story that happened to me once. So, you know, doing the work that I do, I know I connect with angels. I hear them, I feel them. But sometimes, you know, and maybe other people can relate to me who've experienced this, but there was a time when I was like, I don't know, I was having a pity party for myself, and I was saying to the angels, like, you know, you give all my clients all these signs, and when it comes, they're so excited. And I said, like, I was just at night lying in my bed. I'm like, I want a sign. I want a physical sign. Instead of just hearing it in my head or feeling or goosebumps, I go, I want a physical sign. And so, and I was saying it loud and clear, like very like matter of fact, like this is what I want. Maybe not the nicest way, but at that moment I was having a moment. And so I was lying in bed, and I remember at that time, my first daughter, my oldest daughter, she was a baby at that time, lying in the bed, and she was lying in the bed with me. And I remember going to the washroom at night. And when I went to the washroom, got out of the bed, I heard like a coin drop, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? There's coins. I don't know why there's coins around. I went to the washroom. I came back in the bed, and as I was lying to my side, and I saw my daughter move, and her pillow moved, and there was a penny. And now if you're in Canada, then you know exactly, like, pennies aren't circulating anymore. And so I have no idea how the penny got there. So I saw the penny there, and I grabbed it, and I looked up. I was lying in bed. I looked up and I laughed. I said, okay, I get it. Thank you. And then I felt a flick so hard on my nose, almost to say, boop, there you go. You want your sign? There's your sign. And it was something that stuck with me, and it will stick with me for the rest of my life, that sign. That's just one of many signs and many connections that I've had where, you know, I've been like, you know, I need help with this. I'm struggling with this. I need help with my clients. And I've asked, and things come. And I know that it's hard, especially during these times. A lot of us are feeling lost and vulnerable and disconnected. But please know that we all have guardian angels. It doesn't matter what your faith is. There's no right time to ask. There is no wrong time to ask. The matter is putting the energy out there that you're looking, and we all have them. We all have guardian angels. Sometimes, we can find out our guardian angels' names. Sometimes, you'll get repetitive names that will keep coming to you, and you're like, I don't understand. I keep seeing this. It's always good to do like a meditation to tap into that, to see if that's your guardian angel's name. And if you follow me on my YouTube channel as well too, I have a YouTube channel under my name, Lucy Basso, where I do channeled meditations also. And I believe we just did one. I don't know if I uploaded it yet, but it is connecting with your guardian angel. And we ask, like, what is your name? And a lot of people were able to connect with the name. And they're like, oh my God, like I've had this name in my head for like the past 3 weeks or whatever. And so that's your angels just knowing like, hey, let's make the connection. Let's talk. You can call them by guardian angel. You can call them by angel or friend or whatever feels right for you. The angels sometimes also, and I'm sure many of you got this, as rainbows. So I know when I was going through a transition in my life and I was really asking angels, I need support, I need guidance, where are you guys? Like, I need you. I was getting like rainbow signs everywhere, rainbow signs to the point where my friends were like, oh my God, Lucy, here's another rainbow sign, because I was telling them I was literally getting them several times a day. So it would be like seeing rainbows, pictures of rainbows. I would see someone with a tattoo of the rainbow. Rainbow would come up on a commercial. I would see rainbow stickers. It was like beyond. And I knew at that moment, okay, they're listening, they're helping. They're just giving me the signs to let me know, be patient. It's coming. We hear you. And so it's hard, that patience time, because it feels like forever. But I'm telling you guys, when you make the call and you ask and you get your signs, they're there. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. They are there. A lot of us will get, and I know a lot of people on this community here get the ringing in the ears. And that is something that a lot of people experience, especially a lot of intuitive people experience as well too. And it can be frustrating. I get it. Our angels will give us ringing in the ears, because the ringing is them downloading information to us. And it's not like the information is being downloaded and you're receiving images or hearing things. It's like it's downloading, so that when we get into certain experiences, it unlocks that download. And so the visions will come, the dreams will come, the signs will come. The information just naturally comes within your mind, or you bump into certain people, certain people come into your path. That is the angel's way of saying to you, like, we're here. You know what I mean? And so sometimes, like I said, the ringing, the buzzing, it can get frustrating. Know that you can tell them to tone it down. So a lot of times when I speak to the angels, I speak to them in my mind. I don't speak out loud. I speak to them in my mind. But there have been times where I'm like out loud, stop, please stop. I'm trying to sleep. It's too loud. Please tone down the ringing. And so they've happened. Or you can also say to them too, please, if you have to make this download and it has to be like to the point where it's loud, please, I ask of you to do it while I'm sleeping, so I don't experience. And it happens sometimes when I have a highly intuitive client in front of me or student in front of me. The ringing can be very strong, because I'm downloading so much information at such a rapid rate, because I'm just about to also talk to them about that. So that's some of the things. Another thing that tells you your angels are around too is through smells. Like, we get smells of, I know candy is a big one. So like a sweet smell. Sometimes you can't put your finger on it, like, what's that sweet smell? Sometimes it's a sweet smell. Sometimes we get like flowers. Flowers is a big one, especially if it's a familiar flower that you love. The angels can give you like a floral smell, and it literally, sometimes it comes for like a split second and it's gone. And you've been just sitting there or standing there, and it's not like you touched anything or you opened up anything. It's just a matter of them just saying, hi, we're here. We're just checking in on you. We just want to make sure that you're okay, or just to let you know we're walking with you in that meeting or in that interview, joining you and your family get together. These things come random. And so these are a lot of, and the other one is being touched. Like actually feeling like touched. I know for me, a lot of my clients feel like someone rubbed their leg at night. So like touch their leg or rub their arm. A lot of times the angels will touch your face as well too. I know it's kind of freaky when it happens. And again, if it scares you guys, like any of these signs or anything scares you, you can always tell them like, tone it down. It's a little too much. Or I wasn't okay with the last one, the last sign. So always know when you open that door of communication, we can have many beautiful signs that our angels can give us on a regular. They're always talking to me on a daily. And so I want to talk a little bit about the guardian angels the archangels. We were just talking about bringing in our guardian angels. We can bring in archangels as well too. And archangels are benevolent, non-denominational angels that can be with us at any time, anywhere, as well, your guardian angels as well. But I don't know how to explain it any other way in simpler terms, but to say, they have like superpowers. Certain guardian angels and archangels have superpowers. So I want to talk a little bit about my most favorite archangels that I use on a daily. Whether it be I'm meditating, I am praying, I'm asking for assistance for myself or my clients. I always work with archangels, like on a day. I don't think one day has gone by where I haven't worked with them or spoken to them or asked them. I don't always ask them for things, and it doesn't always work that way. When I work with them, I do also give much thanks to them and for God as well too, for all the blessings they provided me and my family, my clients and whatnot. So I want to talk about my most favorite is Archangel Michael. And a lot of people refer to Archangel Michael as Saint Michael. And Archangel Michael, the way I feel him and see him is like he's a big angel, a bodyguard of the angels. He comes across very strong, very confident. And so even like before doing this live YouTube channel, I asked Archangel Michael to give me courage and confidence and strength to be able to come up here and to chat with you so that I make sure that I give you guys the best connection as well too, and that you feel like, okay, you know what? I like Lucy. I feel confident in her information. She knows what she's talking about. But that's the reality. I'm always asking them for guidance and support. And I ask for you guys as well to receive what you need to take from today also. So Michael sometimes comes off as like a deep royal blue. And sometimes you'll see like hints of gold, or you'll get like royal blue, or just hints of gold as well too. There have been times when people see it physically, like with their outside looking at a wall. I often get that when I work with clients. I can see like colors shooting behind them. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen. And sometimes I see it in my mind's eye, the colors, or sometimes I just know Archangel Michael's around. When I know when Archangel Michael's around, because his presence comes off very strong, very confident, and he's very direct to the facts, direct. And so I'm like, oh, he's here, and he's like a no nonsense angel, if you want to put it that way. Another one of my favorite angel that I work with, because I talk for a living and I talk with several people several times a day, is Archangel Gabriel. I find Gabriel is really good to help you with communication. So if you're shy and you need some assistance in like an interview or meeting friends and connecting and having a voice and speaking to people, Archangel Gabriel is your angel that you can call upon. And so Gabriel helps the information come through like with love. I don't know, like it's like a natural love. And sometimes when I'm doing these lives, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I always ask Michael and Gabriel, you guys, I know you'll assist me. I know you'll guide me. You'll bring me in the right direction. So Gabriel is the angel that will always work with me. Gabriel's really good, a good angel to call if you're an artistic person. So if you've got an artistic mind or hands, Gabriel would be your angel to call upon. Gabriel's known to help very creative people. Gabriel comes as the color like copper. So sometimes people see Gabriel as copper, and it's the angel of communication. So one of my other favorite archangels, I would say, that I really love is Archangel Samuel. Samuel, I find, is the angel of love. So it can help find you like the right partner. Also, if you're wanting to find a good friendship or make new friends as well. Nowadays, everybody's on dating online sites, so you can ask Archangel Samuel, along with the other archangels too, to help you find some right connections. So help you get closer to the person that fits you better. And, at these times, we can definitely use the angels. We have Samuel has been used also for like if you've lost objects. So if you are let's say struggling with finding your car keys, because it happens to me often, or my phone is another thing that happens to me. I lose my phone or my car keys. And I know many of you can relate to that. And it's literally, sometimes I feel like spirit's playing tricks on me, because I'm like, I know I just put it right there. And sometimes your angels, not to upset any of you, they will move things purposely to get you to slow down, because many of us nowadays are in a rush to get in the car, a rush to drop off our kids, a rush to get to work, and so sometimes they will make you stop, breathe, slow down, and connect for you to find these items. And I know it seems like it's crazy and it's frustrating, but they do that. Unfortunately, they do that sometimes. So Samuel is your angel that you can call upon, and welcome them in by saying, listen, Samuel, I got 5 minutes to get to work, or 5 minutes to get the train, or whatever. Please help me. And breathe. The most important thing I explain to all my students is take a moment, stop, and take deep breaths. When we clear our energetic channels, and that's just through breathing, and it's something we all do, but taking deep breaths, we can receive the information a lot quicker. And so the information, like we said, it comes through goosebumps and feeling and knowing this. And sometimes we just have to close our eyes and, be patient and wait for stuff, certain signs. So sometimes, like it happened to me, what was it? Last week, I was teaching a child development class from ages 8 to 13. So this is the first class I taught. And so I had my books ready and everything going, and my book disappeared. Like one of my most important books disappeared, and I was like, "What in the heck?" And I was freaking out, like legit freaking out. And I took a moment, I took some deep breaths. I asked the angels to help me find it, and then I started getting like flashbacks in my head, like visions in my head, where I opened up a cupboard, and I remembered, oh yeah, I did open that cupboard. So I opened up one of my cupboards, and I saw it on the bottom. Imagine on the bottom there. And so sometimes they'll say, slow down, Lucy. Like, you're rushing too much for this class. And we know you're excited. We know you want it to be a great class, but slow down. This is the book. And so it taught me to, you know what? I need to take a break. So I had to take a coffee break. I had to like just disconnect from my desk for that moment, because I was spending many hours just focusing on it. So they will do that to get you just to take a bit of a break as well too. So Archangel Samuel. Samuel can come as like a pale green color. So if you're sometimes seeing, and sometimes people will get Samuel's colors confused with Archangel Raphael's color, and that's okay. You'll just know too, as you connect more with your angels, you'll be like, oh, I feel this is Samuel's energy, or I feel this is Raphael's energy. So speaking of Archangel Raphael is the angel of like healing, and Raphael can help with like misunderstandings at work, with family, with friends, can help with clearing up any arguments that you may be struggling with. Nowadays with communication, people I find are having difficulties in how to express themselves, or what to say, what not to say. And so you can ask Raphael to help you if you're put in a situation, even at that moment. And honestly, guys, if you get in a moment where you're like, what did that angel lady say? What did she say about which angel? And you're like panicking. Breathe through your nose, out in your mouth, and in your head, just say, whichever angel can help me with this, please come to me now. That's it. Don't worry about memorizing them. There have been times when I'm in shock and I'm like, oh, angel help. And I know all of them, but I say it, right? So it's important. Just breathe with me here. It's so simple. It is so simple. Take a moment, close your eyes, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. When you breathe in, I want you to feel your abdomen, like really breathing in from your abdomen all the way up through your nose, and breathing out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out, just let it all go, like any tension in your body. Let's just do that again, because I know I speak fast, but I have limited time here, hence why I'm speaking fast. So let's breathe in again. Let's slow it down for a bit. Breathing in through your nose. This time, hold it, and then slowly out through your mouth. See, I'm even relaxing at this time. One last time, breathing in through your nose. Hold it, and out through your mouth. By doing that, just taking literally, what did that take? Like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, just to breathe. It gets you grounded, it clears your channel, and it brings in your connectivity. And so Raphael is the angel to help with bodily ailments, okay, physical pain. If you have any pain in your body, you can ask Raphael to help you. Now, sometimes people get confused with the angels as being like, they're going to heal me miraculously, and I'm going to be walking and everything's fine. And it doesn't always work that way. So imagine I have clients that come in here with all different types of physical ailments. I am not a medical practitioner whatsoever. However, when I have a client with physical ailments or certain pain or whatnot, I do ask them, help me guide them. So whether it be if it's an energetic pain, because yes, energy can get stuck in our chakras within our body. It can get stuck within organs within our body as well too. So if it's an energy based thing, then yes, maybe something like a Reiki session can help along with working with the angels. Okay. Or it is, I'm guided to guide them to maybe a practitioner, healthcare practitioner, or an acupuncturist or a naturopath, or another healer, right? Even though I'm a healer, I don't have the ability to do everything. And so God has created many beautiful beings out there who are gifted in various things. So we can ask Raphael to assist us with certain things, and Raphael can bring in, like I was mentioning about the personal trainer, I know it's not easy for me to work out. I know that, it takes every ounce of me to just want to do aerobics class or fitness stuff. So I will put it out there like, listen, I'm feeling a little bit sluggish. I need someone to help me. And so I will attract like a personal trainer. I might even attract someone to do a fitness class with me as well too, but I put it out there. I put the call out there. And so that's what I mean about bringing in your guardian angels, bringing in archangels. Again, those are like my top archangels. Oh, I'll talk about Jophiel as well too, because we got to wrap up very quickly. But Jophiel is the angel for beauty. Okay, especially if you're on here and you're talking, and you're on live on social media or you're on TV or whatever. Jophiel, call Jophiel to help you as well too. She's the angel of beauty. She can help you beautify your thoughts as well too. Beautify the negative thoughts that you have, the repetitive thoughts over and over. And Jophiel is also good to help you clean up your space. She's like the feng shui angel. So we can call upon Jophiel. She comes off as like a fuchsia pink, and I love fuchsia pink as well too. And so she's the beauty of God angel. So I think I'm going into my time. I don't know how much time I have until, because I don't want to go over, but how are we doing? Do we still have more time?
You have a little bit more time, and then we can start with the questions. How about that?
Okay, so you're muted. That's okay. So okay. I think you said we still have a little more time. So I am gonna, awesome, just a little bit more time. So I'm gonna give an example of something that happened to me many years ago. I have been, and a lot of my followers know this, I've been in a few car accidents, not at fault, cars coming at me. And so they've affected me in a place, put me in a place where I had physical pain for many years, where I've had to see like chiropractors and acupuncturists, massage therapists, even therapy too, because mentally, imagine you being hit by cars, you don't want to drive anymore. You have fear of driving. And so, sometimes when you're in that moment, you're like, you lose faith in God. And I get it. We lose faith in the angels. We lose faith in our spiritual crew. But at that moment when I could have given up and said, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. You put me in these situations because it's easy to play the blame game. I had my moment of anger and disappointment, and I had to learn very quickly to bring in the angels. And so, I've used traumatic experiences, traumatic times to bring in my angels, and they've changed my life dramatically. And I want you to be open to trying something different. Okay, trying something different. If you ever want to learn more about angels or want to do some of the channel meditations I have, you can also follow me on my YouTube channel. I do a lot of channels, and a lot of the meditations there are done in an audience. So you may hear someone cough or move or cry, because we get a lot of criers in them, because when you work with the angels, they can release energetic stuff. But please, if you're ever considering connecting, even if it's not of your faith and you want to try something different, they're non-discriminating towards anybody. We all have them. And so it's try. You have nothing to lose. That's all I guess. You have nothing to lose. They've changed my life during the darkest times when I could have thrown in the towel and said, I'm done. Instead, I use the negative experiences to bring in positive experiences, bring in the right people to help me on my spiritual journey. And I couldn't even open up this wellness center if I didn't have a connection with my angels. So welcome in your angels. I hope to hear good experiences from you. And I want to thank you. And so I know you have some questions for me.
Yes, there are a couple of
Yeah.
questions here, and the first one would be
Okay.
from Esbella Aura. And how do we know if it's our guardian angel or other archangels? Is there any message for me today?
Well, that's a good one. So sometimes we don't know. And that's okay. We don't always know. And we don't always have to be like, you know, you got to give me your name or you have to give me exact. Sometimes it's those signs that I was talking about, those little general signs, the feeling this, knowing this, the goosebumps. If you receive your sign and it feels comforting you, I just say thank you. Thank you to my archangel. Like if you're asking for specific angels to help you, like your own guardian angels to help you, and you get your signs, then it's your guardian angel. If I'm working with the archangels and I'm asking for specific signs and they come or assistance, then it's the archangel. So usually it's most people who start this off usually start off with connecting with their guardian angel and then work towards their archangel. So the more you connect, the more you communicate, the more you give thanks and blessings for your connectivity, the more you'll know, you'll be able to tell who's who. But in the beginning, I don't want you to get frustrated or feel like, oh, I don't know, and not do it. The more you practice, the more you'll know. So don't give up. Don't give up. Yes.
Thank you.
You're
The
welcome.
next question would be if we need a high vibration in order to connect with higher realm beings, such as angels.
So a high vibration does definitely help. Okay. But we all have them. And so I have worked with people who have like very low vibrational energy, may have suffered with trauma in their life or addictions. It doesn't mean that your angels give up on you, right? Like how I got into the car accidents. It doesn't mean that your angels give up on you. And my vibe was very low at that time, right? It just means that, we just need to work a little bit harder. We have to ask them a little bit more. We got to take in consideration some of the signs that they give us. So if you're being guided to, and I had to do this, I had to cut out meat about almost a year. I think it's about a year now. And I didn't want to. And I knew that I had to do that in order to keep my vibe a little bit higher. And I don't discriminate against anyone who eats meat. It was just something that was guided for me. And I listened. So the more you start listening, it will be like the more you will feel it. It's just like a knowingness. And so yes, it's important to keep your vibe high in order to have like clear communication, to trust in your communication. But it's not necessarily it's not like they're not going to listen to you if you're in dire needs and you need assistance. They're there. Like you just have to ask. They don't intervene free will, and that's the thing with the angels. They don't intervene free will. So if we don't ask, they're there. And they're just waiting. And I have many clients that say, Lucy, I think I'm asking too much. And it's like, it's never too much. If it's too much, then you'll know. But I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where it's ever been too much. So that's a good question.
Thank you for that answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Jessie who is asking, how do you know if it's your mind talking to you instead of an
Yeah.
angel? And would an angel have a message for me?
Okay, so Jesse, that's a very good question because in the beginning, when I was like tuning into connecting with my higher self, my guardian angels, archangels, everything sounds like your voice. And I know it seems crazy, and that's what I teach my students as well. Everything will sound like your voice. If it's coming out of love, if it comes from love, if it feels comforting, if they're helping you motivate yourself and they're helping you to be a better person to yourself and other people, it's most likely your angel speaking with you. Okay, they want what's best for you. They work with your higher self. They have a plan for you, and you have free will whether you want to do that plan or not. But with your own angels, it's just make the connection. Start listening. Once you make the connection, and you're like, I feel this is them. They're telling me, I know I need to stop smoking or I know I need to stop drinking. I feel it in a loving way. And you start making those connections and start following suit, then you'll start hearing them different. It's almost like you start trusting. So you've got to build that connectivity of trust. And so I see, Jesse, and I can't get into like a full read here because then everyone's gonna be like, me. And then, I'll be on here forever. But Jesse, I am hearing for you, you are on the right path. So I feel, Jesse, your vibe is pretty high, just connecting with your energy. And I feel that everything that you're waiting for is all like the puzzle pieces are coming in place. And they're saying be patient because September you will see some greatness very soon. So just be patient because I know you to connect with your angels, but they're coming. They're helping you. Be patient. But a lot of goodness coming to you in September.
Well, thank you so much. That's
You're
definitely
welcome.
amazing. The next
Thank you.
question would be, the cultural background of an individual may modify the experience they have with other beings?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So, it's your environment. Like if I grew up in another country and, I wasn't exposed to, a Catholic school because I went to Catholic school, Catholic high school, I was exposed to the Bible, I was exposed to angels, but I didn't know them as much as I did like now. It's almost like you'll get a calling. It's a calling, even if it's just spirituality. You get a calling for this. You can't ignore it. You can only ignore it for so much. I had a calling in my early teens, and then I didn't know what I was doing, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm done. It was too freaky for me, and many people can relate to this. You get like these weird paranormal like experiences, and it spooked me, and I stopped. And then it was like this urge, like, don't give up, keep trying. Here are some new authors that you should look into or read, or some new videos that might help you get through this process a little bit easier. And so I would read new books, and I would take different classes. I've taken tons of classes to help with my spiritual development. So you'll know the call. It doesn't matter what country you're coming from, whether it be the angels you connect with, whether it be like other spiritual deities. You just know, you feel it, and you can't ignore it. You can only ignore it for so much, like I said. But it's a matter of just listening, and then baby steps. Nobody's telling you to quit your job and to become a pastor or priest, or any a monk or anything like that. It's the baby steps, and that's how you start. It's just slowly, slow connectivity, slowly. Yeah, good question.
Thank you. And as we reach the end of this space, what are your closing thoughts? What would you like to leave us with today?
Whether you believe in angels or whether you don't believe in angels, believe in yourself. And I find a lot of people, especially a lot of people that I work with, a lot of my followers and clients, we lose that connectivity with ourself, trusting that higher self. And so I want to leave here today with letting you guys know that regardless, whatever it is that you're going through, trust in yourself. Trust, if you believe in God, trust in God. But trust that you're never, ever, ever, ever alone. Okay? Never alone. Spiritually, you're never alone. Emotionally, physically, mentally, you're never alone. There's many communities, especially like this platform here. It's such a beautiful platform to meet with like-minded people, other teachers, you know what I mean? Other spiritual beings on here that you may not resonate with me and what I have to say, but I'm sure there's other beautiful beings on here, or there other channel as well too, that you might connect with and be like, I feel connectivity with that. And that's what it is. It's just make that connection. Let it resonate with you. Feel beautiful, feel loved, because you are beautiful and loved. And how great are you to be able to, experience being at this earth at this time, with platforms like these. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for inviting me. It is my honor, my pleasure. If you ever want me to come back, I'd be happy to come back. We'll talk about something else, whatever interests you guys.
Thank you for being here, for sharing with us
Thank
your
you.
knowledge, your time. It's been a great pleasure. And to the people that have been with us and that will be with us, thank you again. Remember, we are Mindalia.com, and we are an international nonprofit organization, and that you have ways to help us. Liking, subscribing, following us in our different platforms. Every time that you interact with us, you help us reach more people in the planet, and you help us with our mission, which is just to share information that can help increase the level of consciousness in the planet. Big hug and all our gratitude. We're gonna meet again very soon in the next Mindalia live streaming. Bye bye.